I know this is my second video on challenges in a row, however, I want to cover this recent achievement because I think genuinely it is very deserving of a video. So recently I was reached out by someone asking if I wanted to cover this player KatnBlack. And if you don't know who KatnBlack is, he is a guy who plays a bunch of wave challenges, beats a bunch of them as you can see. There's tons of them here, right? He is very good at wave. And if you know anything about challenges, you'll know that besides, like, the challenge list, which ranks the 100 hardest challenges, really, there isn't one specific list that compiles a bunch of challenges, kind of like the Irraddle does for extremes. They're scattered around in different lists for easier challenges, for wave challenges, for ship challenges. So KatnBlack and a player called JCAC decided that they were going to find as many wave challenges as possible and compile them into one big long list for themselves so that they can actually have a big pile of them. And as you can see here, there is a ton of them. This marks over 1,300 different challenges across many different sites here. But the event we're going to be talking about today is the fact that recently the KatnBlack decided that he was just going to beat every single one of these, or most of them, pretty much 99.9% of all these challenges. And as you can see, he definitely achieved this recently, as the video is nearly 6 hours in length. As you can see, I'm not kidding, like, straight up, if I just go through all this, there's over 1,000 challenges in here. It's actually such a crazy achievement. Now, while a lot of these challenges aren't the hardest things in the game, far from it, it's the fact that he beat over 1,000 of them, which is crazy. And I mean, some of them are actually pretty tight. Like, that is pretty tight. Like, they're not free. And as you can see here, yeah, he literally beat all of them. These orange ones are just ones that are old recordings or he doesn't have footage for them. But literally every single green thing you see here is him beating one. There's like a couple. There's probably at most 20 or maybe 30 of these in red. The rest are entirely green. Now, if that was everything, I probably wouldn't have covered this topic because, while it is a crazy achievement, I mean, it's very doable for a lot of people. Challenges are pretty short, and none of them, well, some of them are incredibly hard. Most of them weren't too difficult. But the thing that was crazy to me is I asked the person that sent me this achievement for me to cover it if I could ask a question to KatnBlack because they do personally know him. And I asked how long this took because I want to know the time span of these completions. And I was told something crazy. So, around 50 of these completions were older ones, but the vast majority, well over 1,000 of these completions, if not around that 1,200 to 1,300 mark, were beaten in the span of 2 months. 2 months. That is nothing, and that is not counting for these probably much harder challenges that he posted by themselves. That is actually such a crazy achievement. I do not know how you beat something in that amount of time. It must have taken so much effort. So if that does end up being true and it was in a 2 month time span, that is actually crazy. And some very skilled and popular players like Paco here, Paper Guy, the real Kugelblitz here, they've all congratulated him on this, so you could tell that this actually is a very big achievement because these are some of the best players in the game and also just some of the most committed players in the game to playing stuff like Kugelblitz. So the fact that they're showing their support to KatnBlack should show how much of an achievement this is. And that's all I've got to say. I would just please go show this guy some support. This has not even 2,000 views, and the guy doesn't even have 2.5k subs. Genuinely super underrated. I know I seem to call everyone underrated, but this guy genuinely is underrated. I've seen no one talk about this at all on a video, so I'm happy to be the first to do so. Go show him some support. That's all from me. Peace.